Welcome to the KXCountry Clubhouse. I'm Derek Mann from KX96 Afternoons. Today we are joined by Meghan Patrick. Welcome.
Hi.
I should say we're actually joined by Meghan Patrick and baby Tenpenny.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
You
you got a
are
special
getting
guest today.
special guests, the double interview. You're getting
Yeah.
pretty close, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's getting ready to come and we are ready for her.
Oh, well, I'm so excited for you. I was wondering if there's been a moment lately, like, I mean, obviously this is all happening and it's very quick, but like, have you like looked around and thought, okay, like this is really happening. We're really doing this. The baby is coming.
Yeah, like pretty much every day we just kind of, have that realization. I mean, I would say that we are as ready as two first-time parents can be. The nursery's ready. I believe Mitchell is actually outside as we speak installing the car seat in his truck. So it's getting very real. We're just so excited. We're excited to meet her. I know, especially Mitchell. I've had the blessing of getting to carry her this whole time and feel her and all the little kicks and stuff. And he doesn't get to experience that. So he's like, I'm ready to meet my daughter. Every time he comes home off the road, he's like, I'm ready to meet my daughter. Let's go.
Yeah, it's happening. It really is. Between the two of you, you and Mitchell, is there someone who's more prepared for the baby and someone who thinks they're more prepared, maybe?
Um, I think we're kind of, I mean, obviously I've been home more and doing more of the nesting, so to speak. But Mitchell, he's very involved. He wants to be very involved. He asked me, he's like, we need to do some kind of class. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need instruction. I need to know about diapers and swaddling and all that. So, we've got a newborn class and a birthing class. I mean, he wants to be a super present, involved dad. We both do. So I think it's a little different again because I've been actually carrying her,
Right.
and my work started when, at conception with just making sure she's getting all the nutrition and everything she needs. But yeah, I think we both feel about as ready as you can be.
Good. I was going to ask, I think you hit it there, but if there was a moment so far during the pregnancy where you were like, okay, Mitchell is going to be a good dad.
I mean, I knew that before I was ever pregnant.
Yeah.
I've watched my husband with my niece and my nephew. I mean, he's known my niece since she was born, and we have now his brother. They've got a little girl as well. And I mean, honestly, it was one of the things that made me want to marry him, just seeing how amazing he is with kids, and I know he's going to be an incredible dad.
I love that so much. Well, obviously, fatherhood's becoming a pretty big theme in your house. And the new song that's going to be out August 21st, Daddy Smile, really interesting. Where did this song start for you?
Well, I think, when we found out we were pregnant, and then I think even more so when we found out that it was going to be a girl, I think it gets so much more real when all of a sudden you can start kind of picturing them and you're talking about, I wonder what they're going to be like. What's her personality going to be like? What's she going to look like? What's she going to be into? And, talking about all those different things that she could be. And I was talking with a good mutual friend of ours about it. And I said, well, if there's anything she inherits from him looks wise, I hope that she gets his smile, because I think that it's one of my favorite traits from my husband. He has just the best, warmest, most genuine smile. And yeah, and my friend, we were just like, that sounds like a song. And and it's kind of a cool full circle moment, because one of the co-writers, Michael Whitworth, he was in our wedding. He's one of our best friends. And I also co-wrote Wild as Me with him, which was the first song I ever wrote about Mitchell. So it's kind of cool that he's been part of these two songs that are about such like big milestones in my life and in Mitchell and I's relationship.
Absolutely. And with that, talking about, traits you hope she picks up from Mitchell, what about any traits that you hope she picks up from you?
I think I've done so much work on myself, especially over the last few years, and I think a lot of that's obviously represented on the whole Golden Child record. And I hope because of that self work that I've done, I hope that I'm able to raise her to, to love herself, to learn how to love herself a lot sooner than I did, to just be confident in herself, to be brave, to always stand up for herself, to speak her mind, to understand that she can be a kind and good person without being a people pleaser. All things that I kind of had to work through and learn later in life. I hope I can instill those things in her from a really young age.
I love the way your brain's working in that sense. You guys are going to be such good parents. I'm so
Thank you.
excited. Now, you were really honest when you stepped away from touring because your first instinct was basically, I'm pregnant, but I'm still going to prove that I can do everything. Where do you think the pressure for that came from?
Probably just, the conditioning I've been raised with my whole life. I think again, like, I touch on it a lot in the Golden Child record, and especially songs like, Blood from a Stone and Golden Child. And, just there, I spent so much of my life attaching so much of my worth and value to what I created and my success. And if I wasn't successful, then I wasn't valuable. And changing that mindset, I think, was really important, not only for me as a person, but for me as a mother, in order to be a mother, and especially a mother to a little girl. Um, and so I think, um, that when she came into my life and I found out I was pregnant, it shifted everything. It wasn't just about me anymore. There was something that was bigger and that was more important than my career. And that's never been the case my whole life. That's been the big dream. And I will always be an artist. I will always be a songwriter. It's still a huge part of who I am, but becoming pregnant unlocked this whole other part of me, that I'm getting to know and loving. And she has just changed me in so many beautiful, positive ways. And I think it's only going to bring more depth to the music that I write and to the connections I make with my fans. And, things are just going to look a little different moving forward, but I think in a really healthy and positive way.
Absolutely, definitely in your case. So did you have a moment there? Because like I said, you're like, I can still do this. I'm going to do this. Maybe not realizing
Hmm.
what you were in for. Was there a moment there that you realized that you could give yourself permission to stop proving that you needed
Yeah.
to, do that?
For sure. And, and I have to shout out not only like my band and my team, but also my husband, because, I went into this with this mindset, like you said, of like, well, I mean, I'm going to prove that this isn't going to slow me down. Because I'll be honest, when I first found out, one of my fears was that everybody was going to write me off, as an artist, or that they were going to assume that, I would just kind of fall off or disappear. And so I felt like this pressure that I needed to prove that that wasn't going to happen. And being on the road, it was a lot more challenging. I had some complications earlier on in the pregnancy that were really scary, and kind of just like shook me out of that mindset, because I realized, like, there is absolutely nothing that matters more than the health of my baby and of me. And, like, and when I finally verbalized that to my team and to my husband, they were all like relieved. My husband was just
Yeah.
like, he was like, look, he's like, I was never going to tell you, don't go do this, don't go play shows, don't go do what you love. He's like, you've worked so hard for everything and where you're at right now. And I didn't want to ask you to step away from it. He said, but if you want to step away and you're looking at me asking for my blessing, he said, absolutely. He said, I've got us, like, financially, otherwise, like, if you need to step away and you think this is what's best for you, like, honestly, I've been so worried about you on the road.
Rightfully
um
so.
yeah, and so he was like, don't even worry about that. And my team and my band, my drummer, he's a new father as well, and he was like, look, like, we're good. You don't worry about us. Like, this is the most important thing in your life right now, and we've got your back no matter what you decide. And so it started with my team and with my husband just being so amazingly supportive and letting me know, like, that this was not weakness, that this was actually a really brave thing to do and it was the right thing to do. And then when I made the announcement, the response from the fans was just so beautiful and so supportive. Everybody was just like, yeah, no, go do that. Like, we're not going anywhere. We love you. It's all good. So that was a huge shift for me, and a big decision to make, but it was a really powerful change for me, as just on a personal level, and I think really set the tone for the kind of mother that I want to be as well.
Absolutely. And in the midst of all of that, you then get three nominations for the CCMAs. So Canada gives you these three nominations, the CCMAs. Is there one of those that means the most to you? We've got Female Artist of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, and Video of the Year as well.
Um, I mean, they all. I'm so grateful for all of them. I think, songwriter is always a really special one for me. It's one that I haven't won yet, and I've always said that I'm not just an artist who writes songs. I am a songwriter in my own right as well, and it's a craft that I've really put so much blood, sweat, and tears into. So to be acknowledged in that category is always huge, and especially for a song that I love so much, that's so special to me and to my husband, and I think just really, a great representation of kind of where I'm at in life as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So have you and Mitchell had the conversation yet about what happens if your daughter grows up and has zero interest in country music?
Great,
Yeah.
good. Like I hope, like please,
Okay.
girl, go be a doctor or a lawyer or something. Like this this industry is so challenging, and it's especially, challenging for women, and can be dangerous for women in so many ways. And I mean, look, we are going to support her in whatever she chooses. I know there's obviously a good chance with both Mitchell and I that music will be a part of her life in some way, and if she wants to be an artist or a songwriter or a musician in some way, then we will do everything we can to support her in that. And if she wants absolutely nothing to do with it, then we will support that too. She is going to be her own person. We have no expectations set for who we want her to be. We want her to be boldly and unapologetically herself, whatever that is. So
Love it so much. Like I said, you guys, like just talking to you right now, you guys are going to be amazing parents. You're so
thank
ready.
you. Thank you.
So excited for you. And then I hope sometime, maybe next year or the year after, we can see you back here in KX Country. No rush.
Absolutely. No,
Mom
listen,
first.
I've missed it, and I can't wait to come back home.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today, Megan. And
Of course.
we'll see you soon. And happy early congratulations. I hope everything goes well for you.
Thank you, Derek. Good to see you.
Yes, you too. Have a beautiful day.